Hi, I'm Zach Hudgins. I want to welcome you to the roof of the Legislative Building. This is the Capitol Building, the dome that you can see from the interstate and where the House chamber and the Senate chamber are. We're actually on about the 5th floor, right above my office, which is right over here in the corner. I'm down one floor. And right behind me is the Temple of Justice. We're up here because I wanted to tell you about some of the work that the state is doing towards moving to alternative energy. I think we talk a lot about what is alternative energy, what kind of alternative energy there is, what's realistic and what's possible. And I can tell you that over the last few years, working on the technology committee, I've been out and visited the biodiesel plants, I've visited solar projects around the state. We've looked at Prometheus Energy, which turns waste natural gas into transportation natural gas. So there's a lot of different projects around the state that are active and that are happening right now. And so I want to bring you up here to the roof because there are solar panels on the Legislative Building that are powering all of the lights of the dome and the cupola. So many of you remember the earthquake that happened in 2001. The dome was not attached, it was not nailed down, I guess you could say, and so all of the pillars moved a lot, resulted in closing the Legislative Building and moving up the restoration of the Legislative Building. In that restoration, they put solar panels on the roof. So you can see all the solar panels here. We have 20 kilowatts on each side, over the House and over the Senate. These are all BP solar panels. They're just like the kinds that you can buy for your house. They're all glued down, and it's DC power, so they just run right through the conduits to wires, and they all head that way towards the transformer and the inverter, which I'll show you in a second. So half of the day the sun comes up. We've got the governor's mansion right over here. We've got the House office building right over here, the John L. O'Brien building. I had an office in there for 6 years until I moved to this Legislative Building. And the Pritchard building and then the Senate buildings are right here also. So from this vantage point, there are two things that I wanted to talk about. One is the solar panels are elevated just a little bit so that they can catch the sun better. And secondly, they did not want to change the historical nature of the building or any visual impediments at all. So you can't see these solar panels from the ground. And that was done on purpose. There are a lot of solar arrays that track the sun or move. These are stationary, and we've got over 20 kilowatts. So let's go take a look at the inverter and the transformer. So this is all the HVAC system. This is a standard heat pump, just really big. And here are the standard pieces that you'll find in any solar array. Now this is the same kind of stuff you can buy for your house. These start at about $2,000. You got a DC disconnect, so this is the panel, so you can disconnect any electricity coming in. Here's your inverter, and on it actually says how much electricity has been generated and how much is being generated right now. We've got about 3.9 to 4.2 kilowatts are coming out of this right now, and it's running at about 420 volts. So it comes through here. It's turned into AC, and here's an AC disconnect, and here's the transformer, which allows the electricity to go right into the grid. So we use the grid as a battery. There are no batteries here. It's a net metering law, which everybody in Washington State, thanks to laws we've passed here, can utilize the net metering law. So you can put up a wind turbine or a solar panel, put that electricity right back into the grid. It helps everybody. We've got clean, renewable, distributed energy. And then when you need it, you can take it back out. Basically, this allows the meter to be run backwards, and here's your standard meter. All of this technology, the solar panels, the silicon, we're able to manufacture all of this stuff in Washington State, and there are some great tax benefits, tax incentives, no sales tax, in order to encourage people to buy Washington State solar panels, to put them on their homes, to help us with great clean energy. We've got great resources in Washington State. We've got wind farms in the state. One of them along the Columbia River was the second largest wind farm in the entire country at one time. And then we've got plenty of hydro projects all over the state. So Washington has a lot of great clean energy, and we're really moving towards energy independence in Washington State. So this array, all of the electricity goes into the grid, and then at night, when there's no sun, they flip the switch to turn on these lights. They're replaced about every 10 years. It also lights up all of the lights around the columns, and all the way at the top, up at the cupola, is also lit up. We've got compact fluorescent bulbs up there. They're 100 watts. It only takes 22 watts to light each one, but they're all up there. And I mention this because this is technology that exists, that's in use. People don't even see it around very often, actually, but it is in use. And so this is not Buck Rogers, this is not science fiction. This is technology that's been around for a long time, and as we look for solutions to our energy problems, we should start looking at things we've been doing for a while. We can use this technology, it exists, and on a special day like this, when we get a lot of sun, it really helps us cut our costs and pay back the time of investment a lot sooner. So I want to thank you very much for joining me on this little tour of some solar panels on the state capitol's roof. These are your solar panels. They're generating electricity so that we can light the state capitol at a cheaper cost. I want to thank General Administration for letting us up here. We had to get special permission, and we had to get special permission from the State Patrol because this is a secure area as well. And so I want to thank you very much for joining me, and I want to really thank folks for the support they've given us in the community for implementing this kind of technology and to push the envelope a little bit at the state level so that we can really become more energy efficient, more energy independent in Washington State. Thank you very much for letting me serve you down here in Olympia. I'm Zach Hudgins. I'm your state representative from the 11th District.